When European empires expanded across Africa, they removed kings. They dissolved traditional institutions. They replaced sacred authority with foreign rule. But in Morocco, something different happened. In 1912, France imposed control, yet the throne remained. The Sultan was not exiled. The monarchy was not abolished. Instead, it was preserved. Why would a colonial empire keep an African king? To understand that decision, we must go back before the Protectorate. For centuries, Morocco had been ruled by dynasties claiming descent from the Prophet Muhammad. The Sultan was not merely a political leader. He was commander of the faithful. His authority was spiritual, judicial, and political. Islamic law structured courts. Religious scholars advised governance. Cities like Fez and Marrakesh were centers of Islamic scholarship and trade. Morocco maintained diplomatic ties with Europe while preserving sovereignty longer than many African regions. But by the late 19th century, European competition intensified. France sought expansion from Algeria. Spain aimed to secure northern influence. International pressure mounted. Morocco became the focus of imperial negotiation. In 1912, the Treaty of Fez was signed. Morocco officially became a French protectorate. Not a colony, a protectorate. This distinction mattered. Under the agreement, the Sultan remained sovereign in theory, but executive power shifted to the French resident general. Military control, foreign policy, and administration fell under French authority. The monarchy stayed, but its power was redefined. France had learned from resistance in Algeria. Direct destruction of religious authority created instability. In Morocco, they chose another path. Control the state, preserve the sacred symbol. The Moroccan Sultan held deep religious legitimacy. Removing him would have united tribes, scholars, and urban elites against France. Keeping him allowed colonial authorities to rule indirectly. The monarchy became a stabilizing instrument. French officials issued reforms through the Sultan's decrees. The appearance of continuity softened the reality of foreign control. Religion was not eliminated, it was strategically integrated. This model reduced rebellion while expanding French influence. It was calculated governance. Under Protectorate rule, Morocco's legal system changed dramatically. Islamic courts continued handling family and personal matters. But French civil law governed economic and administrative affairs. Two systems operated simultaneously. Religious judges retained authority in traditional domains. Colonial courts oversaw modern state functions. Land ownership policies shifted. European settlers acquired agricultural land. Urban planning reflected French design. Administrative bureaucracy expanded. Morocco became structurally hybrid. Not fully traditional, not fully colonial. Education was another tool of transformation. Traditional madrasas continued teaching Islamic sciences, but French language schools emerged. These institutions trained a new political class. Students learned European legal frameworks. They studied administrative governance. They absorbed modern nationalist ideas. Ironically, colonial education helped produce leaders who later demanded independence. A dual identity formed within Moroccan society. Rooted in faith, exposed to European political systems. By the mid-20th century, nationalist movements grew. The Sultan, Mohammed V, became a symbol of resistance. When France exiled him in 1953, public opposition intensified. The exile backfired. It strengthened his legitimacy. In 1956, Morocco regained independence. The monarchy was not reconstructed. It had survived. The Protectorate ended. The throne endured. Modern Morocco remains a constitutional monarchy. But the king still holds the title Commander of the Faithful. This grants authority over religious institutions. He oversees Islamic councils. He shapes religious policy. He maintains symbolic spiritual leadership. This role provides political stability. It also centralizes power. Supporters argue it protects unity. Critics question the balance between religion and modern democracy. But its origin traces back to 1912. The decision to preserve the monarchy shaped the nation as trajectory. Colonial history is often told as destruction. In Morocco, it was preservation, strategically applied. France reshaped administration. It transformed law. It altered education, but it did not remove the sacred crown. That decision created continuity. a monarchy that bridged pre-colonial, colonial, and modern eras. Today, Morocco's political structure reflects layered history, faith and state intertwined. Tradition and reform coexisting, the Protectorate ended, but its design still echoes in governance. Morocco's story reminds us, sometimes power survives, not by resisting change, but by adapting to it. And that sacred continuity still defines the kingdom today.